If they ever do an Australian remake of Twilight, you are fucking in, my friend. Oi, Bella, show us your fucking tits. Fucking heaps deep and shit. No. Anyway, our next act is another first-timer, complete first-timer, so needs lots of your audience love. I didn't mean it like that. That sounded a little bit weird. I apologise. But they do need lots of support because, like the first bracket, we want them to come back again. We don't want them crying in a car park after this, going, "Why did I decide to do this? This was the worst idea ever."
I was going to do it anyway.
No touching.
No touching. It's their 5 minutes. I can't make rules for them. If they want touching, that's up to them. Hey, he's sitting behind you and he's like,
No touching.
I appreciate the no touching rule. Okay, so we will stick with the no touching rule for your next act. Ladies and gentlemen, it is his first time on stage. Please go crazy. And I fucking forgot his name.
It's alright.
Go crazy. He's amazing. Patrick Marlborough.
I've never used one of these things before. My antidepressant alarm just went off in the last guy's set, so let that set the tone for you. Seriously, I'm sorry. I detest Perth. I hate living here. I think it's a nasty town full of idiots and bigots, and it's a cultural backwater. I love it. If people just live for like the next JB Hi-Fi sale, where they're going to go like run down and buy the box set of My Kitchen Rules, and then go home and like masturbate to Skyrim mods. Like I imagine that's what you people do at times. And, you can argue with me if you want, but we're all here at an amateur comedy night, and not to disparage myself or anyone, trying to build my self-esteem. You know, like amateur comedy is really just a very acceptable form of self-harm. It's like you're watching people's dreams die in real time. It's a snuff film for ambition. This is how you get your kicks, you sick fuckers. It's terrible. But I lived in Fremantle for 25 years. I got a real love-hate relationship with the place. For you, those of you from here, you'll know what I'm talking about. It's a nut job town. It's very all over the place, very eclectic, full of schizoids and hippies and yuppies, and it's a whole mix of old Italians, this kind of place right here. I'm on the kind of area now where I'm on first name basis with the Junkies in Fremantle. I got like Leatherneck Jones, Fork Eye, Nipple Clips, Testy Face, this kind of stuff. These are all nicknames that I've given them, and I feel like we talk so often that it's just like, we're at that kind of level in our relationship. But yeah, it's a fucking strange town to live in. It's totally mad. My mate just moved here from Denver, Colorado, America. Very bland place if you've ever been there. And he was telling me like, oh, it's too weird here. These people live in a fantasy world. And I was like, exactly, we do live in a fantasy world. And if you want to survive Perth and Fremantle, you have to live in a fantasy world too, or you'll hang yourself. My way of coping is that I like to pretend I'm a 15th century lord, and I'm coming down from my hill. I live on Swanborough Street. I'm coming down, I'm like Charles Dance in Game of Thrones, Tywin Lannister, and I'm coming in, and I'm like, good morrow to thee, sir. Just people in my fiefdom, in the kingdom, like, what doest thou today, sir? And I look up, and they're like, aye, me lord, I've been milling and tilling the fields. As he thee on a day like this, 'tis a fine way to spend a winter's morn. And they reply to me with, and I say, and what dost thou have planned for the summer's eve? And they'll say back, I'm going to go and shoot some heroin right between me toes at the back of Time Zone. Fantastic! What a life! And that's how I cope. That's how you cope with people screaming you're a cunt and a faggot when you walk down the street. If you don't pretend you're some kind of Roman emperor, you're going to go fucking nuts. So, I worked in the arts, believe it or not. I worked in the arts for 7 years. I worked as a writer, which is an absolutely terrible job. It's struggle town. You have to take a lot of shit jobs. I used to be the editor of this nightclubbing website. I just test nightclubbing and everybody that enjoys it. If that's you, go fuck yourself. I used to have to write think pieces like top 14 Balinese brothels to find Chappelle Corby lookalikes. And top 10 ways to insert pingers rectally without causing anal bleeding. Like you do anything to survive in the arts here. I had a friend, he's a very talented guy. He studied at Whopper for 6 years in musical theatre. Very talented. And he survived here, paying the rent, as a Rolf Harris impersonator. And stick with me, he was very good. This isn't leading into some kind of kiddie fiddling thing. Those girls were 15. But yeah, anyway, he was very good at his job. He used to get phone calls like, "Hi, this is Jane at Quinana Sits. We'd love you to come down and perform for the oldies this weekend. Can you do Time You Can Get Root Down, Jake the Peg, Two Little Boys?" And he'd say, "Yeah, I can do that. I'm free this weekend. I'll do my flat rate and I'll do Jake the Peg, Two Little Boys. I'll even throw in some of that heavy breathing that old Rolfie does. The old..." Rolfie built his career on heavy breathing and the wibble wobble, the canvas. So anyway, of course, when everything hit the fan for Rolfie, when his career was just ruined, my friend's career was taken down with it. He stopped getting these phone calls to come and perform as Rolf Harris, which is heartbreaking. At least he did for 6 or so months. One day, the Rolfmobile rings. Rolf phone. And there's someone on the end of the line. He's got one of those voice modulators. And he's like, "Hello, is this Terry?" "Yes, this is Terry." "Terry, I need you to come to my house and perform as Rolf Harris." "Oh, I don't really do that anymore because of the whole... I do a Peter Coombe thing now, like spaghetti bolognese." "Terry, I need you at my house as Rolf Harris, and I need you to sing Two Little Boys." "Listen, I really don't do it anymore because, he was a diddly fiddler, and I don't do those diddle songs anymore. It's done." "Terry, I need you at my house as Rolf Harris to sing Two Little Boys while I cry into a futon." "Listen, look, I'll come and do Peter Coombe for parties, but I'm not doing Rolf Harris." "Terry, just as my crying reaches a climax, I need you to do a heavy breathing." "Okay, look, I'm hanging up now. If you need Peter Coombe, call me back." "Terry, I will give you $15,000 in cash to do that heavy breathing." "This heavy breathing?" "Oh, God, I think I love you. Come to my house in 45 minutes. I live in Bentley." Anyway, that's my Perth experience. Thanks very much.